Hi, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Hanier Family.
And for those of you who are new here, welcome. Let's enjoy some great music together.
Yeah, so what do we got for our Goonies today?
Today we are going to check out the Police.
We love the Police, of course.
The band.
Not the cops, the band, yes.
Yeah. I don't know any cops personally, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Police were always a favorite band of ours.
Yes.
And,
since I was probably grade 3, grade 4. Yeah.
Well, when they came out with Synchronicity, I was curious of who they were a lot at that point, because that was a magnificent album, and I knew that from a very early age. And I'd heard of the Police before that, but that told me a lot about that band. Unfortunately, it was their last album, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, we're learning a lot more about the Police now that we're older.
This is
and
true.
We're looking back instead of just listening to the hits that we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed that album. Everything I'm hearing so far from previous albums, like Outlandos d'Amour and Regatta de Blanc.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the name of the other one.
I don't remember either.
No. But it was another weird name anyway.
Yeah, they tend to have strange names for their albums oftentimes.
Except for Ghost in the Machine. That was a different one.
Yeah.
So, we do want to hear as many songs as we can from the Police that we haven't heard. And we've heard all the hits. Of course, we've heard all the hits. I have a greatest hits DVD, actually. It's somewhere in this house.
Yes.
But, yeah, we always want to hear more from the Police. Absolutely.
Of course.
They're amazing. All these three guys individually are amazing, but together they are the Police.
Yes. So let's get it. Well, who asked for this one? I forgot to ask you that.
Oh, yes. Person who asked for this was G. Hitchens.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should get into it. This is a song called, of course, I didn't mention it yet, Born in the 50's.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s.
So was I. But, hey, they were born in the 50s, right?
Yes, they were.
At least the writer was. Sting, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so.
Usually.
But I don't know for sure.
Usually he's the writer. But I've seen Stuart and Andy have songs on each album. So,
I mean, these guys were older than us anyways.
Absolutely.
So,
they were digging in the trenches when we were just growing up.
Yeah.
Before we were even teens.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let's do it. This is the Police with Born in the 50's.
This is so interesting, huh?
For sure.
They're just sharing some of the experiences of what it was like to grow up in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like saying when the Beatles sang, all the girls were screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this sounds kind of like a Kinks song, really.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
And it's talking about different aspects of what was going on government-wise, too, in the song.
Yeah.
You know?
I said something about the king falling.
And people laughed because he fell down the stairs.
That
Kind of thing.
I don't know anything about that personally.
It said we should have known better or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And they idolized the TV, they worship the TV or something like that, it said.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just,
it was a brand new thing, the TV.
Basically describing things that happened to them as kids and teenagers, right? So,
yeah.
It's good fun. And, talking about being born there. And,
talking about his mom cried when JFK was killed.
Yeah.
And she said the communists did it, but they knew better.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Things are a lot different nowadays than they were, like when we were born, it was a lot different than it was in the 50s.
For sure.
But at the same time, there's certain similarities, like certain things my parents think, I'm like, nah.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
We learn more as we go, I suppose.
Oh yeah, and we've had situations that we don't believe happen the way people say they happen.
Right.
And I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to start
please don't.
Don't want to start any controversies or conspiracy theories here. But there are things that have happened in the fairly recent past that
you just kind of question what you're being told.
We kind of know that somebody meant to gain from something that happened. And,
things like that.
Therefore, government does such and such and hides it. You know?
Those kinds of things are getting harder and harder to hide.
This is true.
This
is true.
But this is a great song. It gives you the kind of a little window into what they went through in the 50s.
That's true. And the 60s, apparently. Well, JFK and
excuse
stuff.
me.
I don't know what that was.
I burped.
That was a burp?
Sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, my goodness.
But, very interesting song. Has a great sound to it. Like I said, very Kinks-like.
Yeah, definitely.
That was on purpose for sure, right?
So let's finish it up. It sounded like he was kind of talking at one point about how they got a little rebellious or something, because he said, "You don't understand us, then don't reprimand us," or something like that.
I
you know what I mean?
Part.
I don't know. It gave it kind of a punk edge for just that second.
Just for that second.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did happen. Like they grew up. They were born in the 50s.
Yeah.
Grew up in the 60s, and had a blazing career in the kind of I guess you'd call it punk.
Yeah, they kind of tried to do things, I think, differently than other bands were at the time.
This is true.
And maybe that's part of that. You don't understand us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, they're like everybody else. They were mixing their punk with reggae. In England.
Yeah.
The Clash was doing it. The Police were doing it.
Yep.
I imagine there's a number of other bands that we can't remember right now that did it.
Yeah, quite a few, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Specials.
The Specials, I guess, yeah.
Kinda
They're a
threw
little
a
more of the ska, though.
Yeah, they're more into, that's their thing, ska usually.
Yeah.
But it has kind of a punk attitude in it at times.
That's true.
You know?
Mm.
Just at times, there's
Just at
that
times.
attitude in it, you know?
Yeah. You get that little, kind of a cross between reggae and punk, or ska and punk. And,
Yeah.
and a few bands were doing that, and that was a real great movement for sure, because, I mean, the Police alone
Yeah.
are the best example, in my opinion, anyway.
They're fantastic. We've always, like we said, we've always liked them ever since we heard them. So
They're world-class for sure.
And, I mean, they have so many different, sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not all their stuff sounds the same. There's a lot of differences.
For sure.
You know?
Especially when they get into the really interesting stuff. Like, some of their stuff sounds jazzy.
Yeah.
Some stuff sounds really punk. Like
that's what I mean. Like, they have a lot of different sounds.
Yeah.
They don't stick with a genre. And
No.
I do remember hearing Sting talking about the fact that, he doesn't believe in genres. Because music is music.
That's true.
That's it. You just take all of it. And you do what you like with it.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best way, really.
Yeah.
And that's why you make great music like that. Like, Prince was the same way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't have a genre.
Not really, no.
Not really. He went into jazz and funk and
Yeah.
R&B and just like took all sorts of elements and threw them together.
Yeah, Madonna, same way.
Yeah.
Just, there was no genre that she didn't.
I mean, she was considered pop, but
Pop, it wasn't really a thing, though. There was no central thing that was pop. Pop was whenever you didn't fit into a certain mold. You're not a rock band. You're not a reggae band.
Yeah.
You're pop. Because that means you do everything.
Exactly. Right? It got popular, but it wasn't like what we call pop music today is so much more bubblegum, I guess you would call it.
Not even bubblegum. It's just benign.
It's just kind of bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has elements of everything and is nothing.
Yeah. There was some bubblegum pop in the 80s, of course
there was.
As I would call it, bubblegum. Just really sweet sounding pop songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just something to sell.
And then, but there was the other real pop music, the really good stuff. Like Whitney Houston and Cyndi Lauper and Madonna and Michael Jackson and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all those big names. None of them stuck to one genre. I know and a lot of people would like to say that Whitney's like R&B because she sings really she sings soulfully, but she didn't stay to one genre.
No, she didn't. She was very much considered a pop star, mind you. But she was a gospel singer first.
Yeah,
like that's where she learned it.
And you hear that in everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, Aretha, Queen of Soul.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
She's soulful.
See, and there's your difference, right?
Yes.
Chaka Khan, she was a pop star as well.
Yeah, but she's got that funk and that soul and all of it. Yeah. So it's just fantastic when you get bands like that, like this one.
Yeah.
That just kind of do everything.
Yeah, the Police didn't have any, box that they sat in.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the suggestion. This one was definitely appreciated. Please don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. It's $3 a month and we're adding things there all the time. Also, like and subscribe to the channel and become one of our Goonies. Share with your family and friends. Click the notification bell if you don't want to miss a video. And don't forget to enjoy yourself. Later.
Later.